Pounders, we are back. And tonight, we're going to be smashing the slate for a second time with Dooley. Welcome back to the live stream.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Excited to get into it.
Just what happened that first slate is exactly kind of what we were thinking. That Chargers-Miami game went off. It didn't take a genius to kind of figure out the first one. Let me pull up the winning lineup. I'd love to discuss this with you and just kind of take a peek at what went right, what didn't we predict. Aaron Jones. That was kind of left field, and it really didn't happen until after half.
Yeah, that one long run, right?
Yeah, and then he catches a slant. Yeah, catches a slant for a 6-yard titty. Bijan actually makes the winning lineup here for Smitty gone. Congrats to this dude.
Yeah, he wasn't optimal though, Bijan.
No, it was ETN by a couple points, and yeah.
CMC too, but it was pretty tough to get CMC and Hill, so I don't know if that's really viable.
Right. CMC Hill, Eckler Hill. I had a couple of those lineups, but just had the wrong pieces. I think that team had Herbert, and maybe even like a Mike Williams, although like we have the data that it's really not great to double stack. It's only a double stack's won once in 36, 37 times. So not the best for data, but Tua, Tyreek Hill. I think there's a couple games this week where, they're not as obvious. Like this one, you needed a piece of this game. And I said that very early on. You agreed with that early on. Yep. You needed a piece of this game. It was the clear standout. Whether you were leveraging it with Mostert or whoever, Gerald Everett, you wanted a piece of it. And of course, Hill goes off. He goes absolutely nuclear. Calvin Ridley looks like a true number one.
Yeah, man, Calvin Ridley looks really, really good.
I ended up with 30% Tyreek Hill. And nice. It just didn't have the right pieces around it. Ended up making a small cash. But this week we are looking to smash the slate entirely. So let me turn on the contrast so we don't blind everybody here.
Yeah, I gotta go with the dark mode.
Yeah, 100%. We have a few games here that are really viable, and it starts with the Bills here against the Raiders. 8.5-point favorites, a 47.5 team total. The Diggs, and I've done a few already for Battle Royales. The Diggs, Josh Allen stack is extremely easy to get, so I don't think you should do that every single time, but I'm not going to completely ignore it because you can get different in so many other places. It could be optimal.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'll definitely be mixing that in. That's kind of like the one premium stack of the week, I guess. I guess it depends what you want to do with Kelsey, but yeah, I like the Diggs Josh stack for sure.
Yeah. And then moving on, Bears, Bucks, and it's crazy how you already have Justin Fields not being drafted. After one game, we know what this guy can do just on the ground. He could put up a 40-point week. He did it twice last year. It didn't look pretty in the beginning of the last season for the Bears. It looks like you're going to get a similar start to the season, which it's too bad. But he could go nuclear at any point on the ground. Are you completely ignoring Justin Fields this week? Or are you going to, maybe when you get sniped, kind of mix him in, maybe backstack with Komet?
Yeah, definitely got to mix in Fields. Like you said, you don't want to completely overreact to week one. Like we know what Fields can do. He didn't do it last week. I almost want to play into that type of stuff where I want to play the guys who didn't. I guess Burrow isn't really the same because he's being drafted every time, but I'm not scared of the Bengals doing that again. That's not going to happen. Right. Same thing with Fields. You mean Brock Purdy's going over Fields? That's just crazy.
That exactly. In like a tournament, there's tens of thousands of players and you're looking for an ultimate ceiling. Purdy, yes, he has proven he actually can hit a 30-point game with 4 touchdowns in a single game. But you also have CMC there, and you just kind of play the game script of what's most likely to happen in that offense, and it revolves around CMC.
Yeah, I think CMC will have a huge day. I'm not totally sold on the Rams. They did look good 2 days ago, but if I'm going to play Purdy, I'd like it to be against the team I can be more confident that they're going to make him throw. And they beat the hell out of the Rams like every year. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again and Purdy doesn't, you need 4 touchdowns from Purdy, right? Because he's not going to throw for 350 yards. His passing drop lines around like 215 or something, which is like way lower than any of the other pocket passers up top.
You would need a miracle. And yeah, like you said, game script doesn't seem like it'll be the best environment for him. So yeah, Purdy, the fact that maybe you can, if you have to backstack it, you can. But the ceiling versus Justin Fields is just not there. Sneaky too, like Cole Kmet gets 7 targets, 5 catches. Ends up as he was at a top 10 tight end. It was a relatively flat week, but the fact that he got 7 targets is definitely something to note for Cole Kmet.
Yeah, Cole Kmet's super viable. I mean, the tight ends drop off a cliff after like tight end 3 here. I guess I don't know which you want to think of Kittle, but I mean, you from Ingram to like Ferguson, they're pretty much all the same dudes.
Very true.
I'm definitely into a Kmet stack there. I'm pretty scared of DJ Moore, but I'd be into Kmet with Fields for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. We kind of have to see it from Moore to believe it now after that first game where he gets 2 targets, 2 catches, 25 yards. Don't love that. Seahawks Lions. This is another one where it's like both of these QBs are outside of the top 6. So on the second highest point totals game on the whole slate, you have both QBs not being drafted.
I love both of them. I have them both in my player pool.
In a quick note, in something kind of we touched on in the offseason, Noah Fant's usage, his snap count, I retweeted today, was around like 49%. They have Disley involved and the other dude involved. It's kind of a gross timeshare there. Tight end, exactly what I expected going into this season. Not going to be viable, in my opinion, just because of the snap counts.
No way.
On Noah Fant. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play him.
But Lions with Laporta against the Seahawks, run it back. It didn't work too well with Higbee. I mean, he ended up getting, 4 points? But I think you can definitely run the tight end back against this Seattle defense, and should.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice little mini game to stack if you end up focusing a different game. Grabbing a mini in here I think is nice. You have the Seahawks, which are actually really so -5.5. That's Lions. Okay, copy for a second. I was like, Seahawks -5.5. No way.
It opened at -2. It moved to minus. That's a huge swing.
Yeah. Not surprised. Seahawks looked pretty flat last week, but this is sort of a team that I will go right back to with Tyler Lockett. I'll go right back to with Metcalf, who he had the potential to have a big game after a relatively early touchdown. But it was pretty gross after that for Geno and the gang.
Yeah, Lockett's way down. Definitely will be playing some of him.
Yeah, not being drafted. Very easy to mini stack, maybe with Amon-Ra St. Brown or even Sam Laporta, just to get a piece of this high scoring game. I think it's going to be important. Chargers -3 at the Titans. I'm not as excited about Eckler in this one against a a tough Tennessee run defense. We know Eckler can get there in the air, so maybe stacking him with Herbert in this one could make sense. But 46-point total, and another one that's definitely viable for this slate.
There's also a legit chance Eckler doesn't play.
Right, and I also want to get into swapping players as well. For you guys that don't know, you can set your own rankings right here under completed swap rankings. So if Eckler doesn't play, you could set your own rankings. You could have it so I want Joshua Kelly. And now you have complete leverage over the whole field because no one's drafting Joshua Kelly just in case Eckler does play. So unless we get that news that he's playing before this tournament fills, and this is likely going to fill sometime late Thursday, early Friday, I doubt we'll have that news about Eckler then. So to be able to draft him, you first get a discount. Secondly, you get a pick swap. So like there's no risk at all to drafting him. Discount on him and Kelsey too. Another one. If we knew Kelsey was playing, he goes around pick 10 or 11 right now. He would be a top 4 pick if you knew Kelsey was going to be playing in this game against the Jags.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaning into those Q tags. I think it's super high reward, relatively low risk. I mean, like Andrew's going like way down there. I mean, that's at the point where like ADP doesn't even matter. So like,
right,
I'll be having a lot of Andrews, and then you can just swap onto low-owned tight ends, which is totally fine.
Yeah, and I get the other thing is with that, if they have a doubtful tag or out, like you do not get to swap.
Yeah,
so that's something to note. Yeah, doubtful is a no-go. Questionable, good all day.
Yep. I would not draft any Josh Kelly though, because if Eckler plays, you don't want Josh Kelly, and there's no benefit to drafting Josh Kelly. You just draft Eckler and swap to Kelly.
Exactly. Going right back to Mike Williams this week. my highest drafted player last week, right after my highest, and then Hill was right after him.
Yeah, you're getting him pretty low owned too now because of the overreactions from week 1.
Exactly. I'm going right back to him. Back to him. Spike week guy. Can't complain there. Titans, are you interested in Derrick Henry in this matchup? D-Hop?
I'm never interested in Derrick Henry.
Dang.
Tannehill looked horrible. Hopefully
it wasn't great
because I have a lot of him in Bestball, but
Tajay Spears snaps Derrick Henry in game 1. Now, some game script stuff, like a lot of third downs, obviously, for Tennessee, and Tajay was out there for, I think, all of them but one. So,
really,
something to note, definitely like clear third down role for Tajay Spears. But not good for Henry. He still has the potential to go off, and they'll likely lean into the run even more this week. I think you can mix him in as like maybe in a mini stack or as a bring back if you're doing like a Chargers game stack with Herbert. But yeah, I think it's fine to go back to Mike Williams in this one too.
Tajay Spears led them in snaps, routes run, and targets, which is crazy to be honest. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, a lot of usage.
Long screen pass though. Henry had like a 50-yard screen pass that kind of made up like half his yards. I mean, Henry's just so boomer bust. So, I mean, I guess maybe I should be in on him a little bit, but I don't know. Just never really feels good clicking him. Like he's going 2 picks after Tony Pollard. Give me Tony Pollard like all day.
Right. I agree with that. Eckler too. And Eckler goes too late because of the Q tag, which is just crazy. Colts, Texans. Get the battle of the rookies in this one. This will be actually
gross.
This will be a fun game overall. I think you actually can go like naked A-Rich, or you could bring it back again with A-Rich Pittman. I don't love doing that 1 week after they hit because a lot of people are doing that. And then it becomes chalky. But A-Rich can still get there in this game against the Texans, who have a poor run defense. So it's in the cards if all your stacks get sniped. I think you could easily go naked A-Rich as well.
Yeah. Naked A-Rich and naked Fields are totally fine if you were planning on one of the top QBs and didn't get them. But yeah, that over-under is gross.
Yeah, it's low.
Total there, 40. I mean,
both rookie QBs, kind of expected, but
yeah.
But yeah, if A-Rich gets in there 2 times on the ground, or even once with 2 passing titties, he could definitely spike up there. But yeah, more is like a backup plan. And then Texans, Dameon Pierce, are just kind of leaving it right now until he shows us something, right? They give him 12 carries.
About the usage. Yeah. But I don't know. He could bounce back. I like his talent, and I'm not really too concerned that like Mike Boone's going to take over any more of the carry. I don't think it get any worse. I guess with Pierce, I think if anything,
I
he's
agree
going
with
to get
that.
more snaps this week. Like
I
Mike
think
Boone was
they,
playing over Singletary.
yeah. Would he have like 4 targets, Mike Boone, to Singletary's 1? Pretty strange. Um, but yeah, I think they also like threw the ball more times in game 1 under Stroud than people were thinking.
They had like
So
a really high pass rate over expectation. I think it was like third in the NFL or something.
yeah,
Very surprising.
yeah,
Thought they were going to
I
just establish the hell out of it.
exactly. Yeah, so we'll see what happens in game 2. Might be like a watch type situation. Um, Again, if you even got him like 15 carries, I'd feel better about running him back out. But 12 carries and then a low scoring totals, it's just not the best game to be targeting. That's for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, that's all. Up to you.
Yeah, there's like a clear top 5 games here. There's like 6 games with a 44 over under higher, and then there's like the other 7 are like 41 to 38. So I think there's enough of those nice looking games that you can kind of just mix around those pieces. I don't think you really need to get too cute with some of these lower total games.
No, you don't. You definitely don't.
Yeah, there's enough like nice looking games up top that I think you'll be able to mix around enough pieces to feel good about that rather than trying to, I don't know, dig too deep.
Well, yeah, and again, it's a super thin one to try to thread the needle on. I'd feel better about bringing it back into like a Ravens Bengals game where maybe you're bringing it back with Joe Burrow and Chase, and I mean Ravens. Flowers looks like the dude. Flowers looks like the guy to own.
Yeah, I was all over Bateman, and not in VRs, but
Are they
they were
easing?
just manufacturing him touches. Like he was
Are they
just
easing
getting
him back in
passes.
though? Like Bateman,
They
because
had to have been.
Odell played the most snaps, I believe, at the wide receiver position. You gotta think that something's going on with like just easing Bateman back into football. But my bad, we
Bateman
skipped over
plays,
the Packers Falcons too after.
Oh yeah. If Bateman plays 30% of the snaps again, like he's droppable in like all formats. Like that was bad. And Flowers is like clearly the guy there. They were just straight up like he had like the highest first read looks or something like that. Like 60% of the first reads were just straight to Flowers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, putting them all over the field. Really, like they have set plays for him already.
Yeah,
they want the balls in his hand. Like he's carrying the ball, so it's definitely. I'm not dropping Bateman until I see it 3 weeks in a row. I think that's gonna be my rule with Bateman. If I don't even know if I have him on any of my redraft teams. 3 weeks in a row, check the snap count, check the routes run. If you don't see an increase, then I believe just you can safely drop him. But we're also getting Mark Andrews back potentially this week, going to affect Flowers' target share without a doubt. So that's probably the Raven that I'm going to want for this game stack would be Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah,
even
definitely
just
like Andrews. Lamar's going late, man. He's going behind Herbert and Trevor Lawrence right now.
Yeah.
He's
Just a bad week one for rushing QBs and elites.
The elites in general, they didn't do anything.
Yeah. Packers Falcons 41 point total, pretty disgusting. Are you touching Bijan with the Algier usage because he's still heavily involved, which you expect,
Dude.
Especially like week one, easing the rookie in, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have a few Bijan just to kind of get in some combos, but I'll probably be underweight on Bijan. I love the dude. Like, he looks incredible, but with that usage, he's going to have to run so hot on efficiency. And, I mean, you can get, like, Tony Power's going after him, who, might get twice as many touches.
It's true. That's fair.
It's tough. He's going a little high, I think, but.
Ritter throws the ball 9 times. I'm sorry, 9 times. He throws the ball 18 times. And 9 of those targets were to running backs.
Yeah, that was disgusting. That offense is just a mess, man. Like for fantasy,
ridiculous. Packers, Dobbs, just a flash in the pan with 2 touchdowns on like 4 catches and like 32 yards or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He just kind of is what he is. I'm not chasing that steam.
Mm-hmm. However, if Watson, do we have news on Watson yet? If he's coming back?
Looking at it right now, non-committal for week 2.
Okay,
There's
so
obviously a better chance than last week.
he is someone that you could. He is someone that you could swap. Again, 0 risk if you do go Bijan and you want a mini in this game. That's the only player I would really target. Now you can go Aaron Jones too, but again, chasing last week's production is often chalky, especially when a player hits like that. Now you have Aaron Jones who suffers a hamstring injury after that long break to the end zone.
Oh yeah, it was. He was yeah.
Like I'll have a couple shares. I'll have a couple shares just because you can swap them out. But I think Christian Watson's actually going to be the play here that interests me the most because no one's really going to be on him. And again, we're trying to separate. We're trying to separate from God. How many teams in Battle Royale? The $10 entry, it's 56,000 entrants, and then even in the mini, it's 22,000. So.
That mini is so beautiful.
Yeah, 25 max entry.
10% at first, just beautiful all around.
Yeah, it's a really nice. So that's going to be 10K to first, right? 10K, 4K, 3,500, 26% full. It came out roughly 24 hours ago, so you're seeing 25% a day.
It's tough to gauge that because it's not going to fill linearly because all the grinders are like, waist deep in it already.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the next few days it might kind of slow down. I think a lot of people probably went all out right when it dropped, and now they're kind of stuck because they can't do anymore.
But then I feel like you also get, as the tournament's coming to a fill, like that 91% people are like, oh shit, like I got to get more lineups in. You know what I mean? So like that last 10% flies too.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a little lull here probably the next 2 days.
Yeah.
And then, once it hits like 80-85%, people are like, oh, we got to get my entries in.
That makes sense with the 25 max. But again, like simple strategy too, like going back, when tournament opens and ADPs aren't sharp, and then right before the fill, right, are my 2 favorite times to draft. This is some weird time, like in the middle that I don't typically like to do it. We were actually hoping Battle Royales were going to drop on Tuesday nights. We see them drop on Monday nights. Do we change the stream? We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I love hitting it on tournament open with those fresh ADPs because it's like, all right, wrong. Like Tyreek Hill opened at 4 on last week. And it took they drop on Mondays, I believe. So it dropped at like 8:20, 8:30.
So right at kickoff last night?
On Monday, yes. Week one. When did the week 2 one drop? If anyone has that, because if it wasn't on the same time,
I'll check Underdogs.
Yeah, but some quick hellos: Adam, Fancy Dysfunctional, Whiteout, Daniel, Fancy Football Garage. What's going on, fellas? Frank with the spoon, Ben. Everyone's out tonight. Jared, Jewish McCaffrey. What's going on, my man? I saw those Allen Robinson shares. You sicko. The only man on Twitter celebrating the Deontay Johnson injury. Nice.
It dropped like right around kickoff last night. They tweeted at 8:09.
Okay. Yeah, so if that continues and you're able to, that's most important. I'd be willing to look into that. Maybe switch to a Monday at 8.
Yeah, I could probably do that. Unless the
Chiefs, Jags. Ooh. Fair. Okay, fair.
Like last night, I would not have been able to.
Okay, so we'll check the schedule.
Right.
But this is the game, in my opinion, that you want at least one piece, whether it's a freaking leverage play like ETN or, and honestly, it's not going to be too many Chief pieces. Like I think you can go Mahomes. I think you can go Kelsey.
Can you go
That's
anyone else? I don't think you can
no,
go anyone
no,
else.
you
I
couldn't. You
really
couldn't
don't.
do that last year. Like this shouldn't surprise us at all. Mahomes is a ball spread, anyways. But I do think like I want that Calvin Ridley. I want ETN. Give me Zay Jones as just a random piece, or give me even the tight end in Ingram. I think is fine. I think he ends up with 5 targets, 4 catches, in a
Have
relatively
you
flat week.
capitulated Zay Jones over Christian Kirk, like I told you earlier?
Yeah,
Remember
hundred
that? We,
percent.
we, we were going
The
at it with that. I was
fears.
getting roasted in the chat.
Well, well, what's crazy is ETR still having, what was it, Kirk over Calvin Ridley, like deep into OTAs after we saw like, oh shit, like Ridley looks like he could be the dude. So I think that was really having heavy influence on keeping Kirk's ADP.
Mhm.
And then you saw Ingram fall, which one of these guys isn't going to be successful, right? You can't have Ridley, Ingram, Kirk, and Zay Jones all be successful while ETN actually gets 5 catches. Like that's also now a new factor. So we're seeing Kirk take the heat right now in week 1. I'm sure he'll have his
Yeah.
weeks, but even from a snap count perspective too.
Yeah, Kirk's this 11 personnel guy. He's coming off the field quite a bit.
And that was the fear, and that started to muster up around in OTAs and training camp.
Yeah, the preseason too. He came off on all the 11 personnel, or he was only on the 11 personnel.
Mm-hmm. And Zay Jones is the red zone guy. He's just got a knack for the red zone, and T-Law
he's a big dude.
loves him there. So give me a piece of this game in 95% of my lineups this week. I think this is obviously it's the highest point total of the week. I don't think you can fade this game. I think you're going to need one piece for the winning lineup. Just the way I see it.
Yeah, but then again, the Chiefs are just so gross that like, so it's basically like if you don't get Kelsey or Mahomes, you have to take a Jag. I don't know. Yeah,
that's the way I feel about it. That's what I feel about. Like,
are you going to be taking Zay Jones?
Yeah, I already have
Zay Jones. Yeah, I think that's sharp. Because that game could be crazy for sure.
Yeah, and
what about? I think Pacheco. I think you could make some Pacheco.
I think you can too.
Because I like the leverage. I think he makes more sense than a receiver because the receiver, you're just really guessing on who's going to get the touchdowns. Pacheco, probably is the RB that gets the touchdowns.
What's surprising too is he was actually more involved in the passing game. I think he had 4 catches in week 1, and McKinnon only had one target. So something to note there for Pacheco.
4 targets, 4 catches for Pacheco.
So it's funny because
definitely down to mix in Pacheco.
It's funny because I have a Mahomes Pacheco stack, which the only reason I did it was seeing like the McKinnon usage being down to start the year. Now they could switch it up on any day, and I'm sure McKinnon will have his days too. But at least in week 1, Pacheco was the guy.
Usage
so I don't think a lot of people saw that.
They trotted out CEH like the whole first drive, didn't they? And then he ended up playing like 10 more snaps the whole game or something like that.
Yeah.
They're just so weird with their RB usage, man.
3.4 points for CEH. People were victory lapping. It's so
After
hard.
the first drive.
On the first snap. CEH is out there. We're buying an island. We're going to the moon. Poor guys. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Jewish McCaffrey says same deal drops around Monday night kickoff. Perfect. Great info there. That's why I rely on you guys to give me the info. And I also rely on you guys to tell me when my mic's muted. So it works out. This works out perfect. 49ers at Rams. We kind of discussed this a little bit. Purdy going before Justin Fields just seems thin.
I don't think you need Purdy.
Ceiling.
I think you can take Niners pieces and just not take Purdy. I think that's the better play. I'm definitely going to mix in that. And the overreaction to Ayuk, holy crap, man. He's going at wide receiver 6. He's going above CeeDee Lamb.
Dude, but Ayuk is him, though. You know? Like, he is.
He is, but he shouldn't be going that high.
I think you could easily just switch to Debo this game. Like, I think that's completely
That's
fine.
the better play.
Like, you could make that small switch where everyone's like, all right, we're on Ayuk. And then you just do a quick switcheroo. Debo also a spike week guy, like completely viable in this environment in a battle royale tournament. So that's a leverage play. That's a flip of the coin on whose day it is.
Right. I mean, Ayuk, like, obviously went crazy, but he only had 8 targets. Like, he ran super hot on his 8 targets.
8 targets, 8 catches.
15 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, 8 targets, 8 catches. Like, the usage wasn't off the charts. He just caught everything thrown his way. I mean, I love his talent too, but I don't know.
Giants versus the Cardinals. 40.5 points, grossly low. You have Giants at least 4 points favorites. I think you can go right back to the Daniel Jones Waller stack. Not a lot of people are going to be on it. It really depends on how you think this game script is going to go. And I can see even Barkley, I believe, is viable here as well as a single piece. But this might be one of those sneaky games where the Giants actually can get into the optimal here, especially if you have another week where Kelsey doesn't play or he's on a limited snap count, and you have Mark Andrews who's maybe doesn't play or he's on a limited snap count. You could get Waller to be the optimal tight end in this scenario.
Yeah, I don't really know what to think of the Giants. Obviously, that was an absolute disaster of a game.
You can't go
that's
off
going to be their season, but yeah, I was slightly worried that Bellinger outsnapped Waller, though. That was bizarre.
Mm-hmm. But
I guess you'd have to kind of draw a line to where the game was still like, because Waller was
it was over at halftime.
The game, right?
Yeah,
was Waller?
He touched.
Yeah. I'd be curious.
He touched on it. He touched on, I believe, hamstring. He touched on it in the locker room. Still bothering him, but he can still be dominant with it. And again, like if you have these injuries to the elite top tight ends, and Kittle's still banged up too. He ends up with like 6 targets, 2 catches. You're running out of tight ends. Mayer, not involved, right? And a rookie, it looks like they're easing him in, and I don't even think he ran that many routes. Knox and Kincaid, splitting. Yeah.
They actually both played a ton. Kincaid, they were just using Kincaid as their wide receiver 3. Hardy barely played.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I think Knox and Kincaid both played like 70% of the snaps or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were both
almost all 2
40 something snaps each. Yeah, 40 something snaps. 55.
Kincaid had 80% of the snaps. Knox had 84%. So they were in 2 tight end sets 80% of the time.
Love that for my Knox shares. Love that.
Yeah, and Hardy got 15 snaps. Sherfield 11 snaps. Shakir 7 snaps. So
wow.
Kincaid's wide receiver 3 there, essentially.
Definitely.
I definitely don't mind playing him.
Kincaid, definitely viable. Otten,
he's for sure
not sexy. Komet, I think, is sneaky. Laporta, sneaky.
Ferguson's viable, too. He goes way late.
Don't love Parham, or, well, Everett, because of Parham. Red zone target.
What was the final breakdown on there? Yeah, Parham had a touchdown, right?
Yeah, he was out there more than you would like if you're a heavy Gerald Everett portfolio guy.
Yeah, Everett had 68%. Parham had 49%. That's not good.
You don't like that.
Bags. Nope.
Chiggy. Tannehill missed him on a flea flicker down the sideline for a titty. What was that going to be, like 30, 40-yard touchdown?
He would have been the number 1 tight end in week 1 if you caught that, right? Would he have been Hunter Henry? Hunter Henry was number 1.
No, because he had 0 catches. Hunter Henry ended up with what, like 14 and a half?
12. Oh, yeah, 14.
12?
Something like that, yeah.
I could check it later.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been with 30 yards touchdown. He would have been tight end 3 probably if he got that. He would have been right around first.
Yeah. Colts.
It's crazy how like one thing like that can just swing so many points.
Especially a tight end.
That was an absolute mess of a tight end week. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
But Colts, you're not starting any tight ends here. Schultz, I mean, I don't love it, but I'm sure people will end up doing that.
He actually got really good usage. It wasn't like the preseason. I remember everyone was worried in the preseason, but Schultz played 81% of the snaps.
That's good. That's definitely good for his outlook.
Yeah, but
So
I
Schultz,
still think you can be drafting that offense really.
I'd probably rather start Musgrave over Schultz if
Yeah,
we're
for
picking
sure.
like late tight ends that don't go drafted. Kyle Pitts, I
Ferguson.
mean,
Ferguson's really late.
Fergie. Yep, Fergie's
Yeah.
another one, but he dropped. He dropped so many balls, and I actually worry for like the end of the season if they're going to get more of the tight end 2, tight end 3 involved because they already started to a little bit in game 1.
Yeah, they both played a little bit.
Yeah, so I think that ends up
I do
becoming a
think,
tight end by committee.
yeah, but I do think Ferguson's the clear passing guy. Like Hendershot's not a good pass catcher. Shoemaker was like not really even good pass catcher in college. He's a total project. But yeah,
But
it's
athletic.
not great. Yeah, he is athletic, but he was like not productive at all.
Yeah. If Andrews doesn't play, I mean, Irv Smith, not not the sexiest. Maybe you have to have a backstack for Burrow, but I don't think that's the way you want to get there.
Yeah,
Ingram,
probably
like
not.
like you're looking at these tight ends, and it's like, okay, who can get me to the optimal, or who can get me close within a few points? And Waller definitely sticks out to me in this matchup.
Yeah, I like Waller. Yeah, Irv Smith is not a play. He's basically Bengals Noah Fant. He was playing 50% of the snaps.
Yeah,
That's not good.
Jets, Conklin. It's going to be rough from here on out. Those Conklin shares aren't looking
Oh
great.
man, yeah, that might be the worst off. Like that offense is going to be so bad with Zach Wilson.
Ferguson, like you said, in play, but in a tougher matchup against the
Yeah,
Jets.
I think I kind of retract my my comments on him. I probably won't really take much of him. That is a
For
tough
this week.
matchup. Yeah,
And then Commanders at Broncos. You have an injury to Dolchich, likely to keep him out a few weeks. Does Troutman become a sneaky play? Like
dude,
this team's losing everybody. It's really like poor Russ. You lose Tim Patrick, you lose Judy to an injury right now, potentially going to be back soon. But then Dolchich out for multiple weeks. I mean, going
like Troutman's
undrafted.
just straight up tight end one. Like he, honestly viable. Like he should probably see 80% plus of snaps, and that's kind of what you want if you're taking tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
You just want them out there running around, so just having more chance of falling into the end zone. Really, which is all you need with tight end.
What was the split here in the Commanders between Logan Thomas? He had the majority, right?
It was Cole Turner was tight end 3. He was playing behind John Bates. Logan Thomas played 82% of the snaps. He's just like a full-time tight end. Yeah, that could be viable also.
Just something to note. Yeah, he had a few points. But I actually do
4 for 43.
like kind of running through this. I do like Cole Kmet this week. I like Sam Laporta. And obviously these elites play. Like if Kelsey plays, if Mark Andrews plays, and that's the cool thing. Like we said with the pick swap, you put in Kelsey and you don't get him, you can pick swap for Andrews. If Andrews doesn't play, I mean now you're kind of taking a hit, in my opinion. Like, do you go Kittle against the Rams? Most likely.
Yeah, I mean, I really think after Kittle, like look, I'm probably not going to touch the tight end 5 or the tight end 6 much, just because I don't think they're really any different than scrolling down to like Komet or whatever. And
yeah,
Musgrave,
Musgrave,
like a fifth of the ownership. Like it's literally going to be like a fifth of the ownership for like essentially the same bet.
probably less.
Yeah, even less. But yeah, I think there's a drop off after Kittle. I think you could argue Kittle kind of has a ceiling above those guys, but I mean, clicking Ingram just because he's the next tight end up just feels bad.
What do you say? Let's rip a few.
That game is nice though. Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's start with the mini. We get our, get the fingers warmed up a little bit. We'll start with the mini here.
Yeah,
waiting on
I'm gonna
2
max
people.
the mini. I might do a few of the other one. Maybe I'll just like kind of pick like my 3 favorite stacks and just run one of them each in there or something like that.
Nice.
But, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think 25 at $5 is like pretty solid.
Yeah, we get McCaffrey right next to us. Let's go.
Does that mean we have to take someone else at number one?
Yeah, exactly. So this is
Nice. Oh,
interesting.
Bears.
Wonder what? I think I only had like the first pick once in like 20 something drafts so far in battle royales. I've done 10 of the $10 and like 13 of the fives. So definitely going CMC here. After this though, I think you could easily make a case for Amon-Ra St. Brown, Diggs, or Ridley.
You don't like Chase?
I do.
I was gonna say
I
I
do.
think I have Chase at 2. I think I'll be taking Chase over
It's
Amon-Ra.
I think you can put Amon-Ra really at pick 3, pick 4. I am tempted to just say selection cannot be made at this time. What is this? Okay. I'm tempted
Yeah,
to
I'm
just
taking
say like
McCaffrey at 1
Ridley
at this time.
is my number 2. Like that's
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
that's my hot take of the week.
I think you can try and get exploitive on those. Like if you want to just like flag plant one of those 4,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If you're just like willing to risk it for the biscuit, I don't think that's that bad to just flag plant on one of those guys. Just as it's just say, okay, if I don't get the first pick, I'm just gonna take Ridley every time, and you're gonna end up with like 60% Ridley or something. That could be fun. Yeah, I think I like Ridley and Chase better than Amon and Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
See Mahomes go
was
4. Interesting.
yeah, the casuals just love him. I feel like he goes to a non-badge in the first round every time. Like the casuals just love Mahomes.
And I like this start. I have a few of these. The Ridley Kelsey starts really fun.
Yeah, if Kelsey is declared in, that combo is not going to be possible often. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's actually a really good point. I'll probably try and get a bunch of that combo.
And then after this is the area where it's like, oh my God, did he just reach 18 picks for Trevor Lawrence unstacked?
That's crazy. Gotta get your QB. You gotta get your QB.
What is happening? Guys, go down, smash the like, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Make sure you're giving Dooley a follow. Link is in the description. When's the next Twitter thread? Need more Twitter threads, my man.
I don't have any. I need ideas. I don't have anything to do it on.
There's ideas in that head. I know there is.
Yeah, I gotta get brainstorming.
For the live stream. For the live stream, Saquon Barkley at 12.
Oh,
Barkley off the board.
bastard.
No doubt. We could backstack with Gabe Davis.
Yeah, or Kincaid, like that too.
Or
yeah,
Kincaid.
I'm down for those two. Yeah, we can figure it out after that. How much are you going 2 RBs? I go almost all 2 RBs, 2 receivers. Like
I like 2 RB squads.
80% plus. I probably go 80% plus 2 RBs.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with that, especially when you can get Eckler and CMC with an elite QB like this. This doesn't seem like it should be possible, but it is. This is the world we're in. We don't even know the severity of Austin Eckler's injury, which is the craziest part, where you can draft him at 14. The fact that they just give
you a free swap, it's a literal free swap. It's
right. Yeah, he goes out. We get Travis Etienne against KC, and now we have our leverage play on this game. So it's insane. It really is. But you see Joshua Kelly get 15, 16 carries. So you have to think that.
They were split like right down the middle in snaps, carries, and targets, which was pretty crazy for a competitive game, I think.
You have to think that maybe it was injury related, in my opinion.
Yeah, or the Chargers just kind of realized that there's a lot of like low value running back touches, and they just don't want Eckler getting banged up on carries up the middle at the your own 30-yard line, and they're just like
on week 1
use Kelly for all this like meaningless stuff, and then we're gonna put Eckler in when it third downs, goal line, red zone. Like, I mean, Staley is somewhat sharp that they could be doing something like that.
Yeah. He brings in Ayuk. So like if this guy doesn't get Ingram or
I
Zay
don't think Matthew
Jones,
knows what he's doing.
I'm
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes naked.
just a free entry.
Yeah, I'm definitely not chasing Ayuk up. This is a little crazy. I'll take that next tier of guys over him every time, like the Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb, and DK.
I'm cool with that. I think if DK made back to us, it'd be a dream. We are going to have to go.
Debo just eats the Rams for breakfast every year. Like,
Right.
They can't tackle that dude. I swear to God.
Like, give me two of these guys, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah, or do we go? Andrews is sitting there.
100%. It's one of these two.
McCaffrey's going to take him. He's listening to us.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Just take him, McCaffrey. It's all good, dude.
We're in the private chat. He goes Metcalf. Have to for uniqueness.
Although I think you go
Chase at 4.
Andrews.
Chase at 4. He has been falling a little bit. I've seen him go at 5 and 6, so it's not gonna be as unique with Barkley, but to mix in Metcalf there too is nice. Yeah, I'm cool with Andrews again. We can get a pick swap on it.
Yep.
We don't need to go Gabe
just
here.
Take your pick. Take your pick at receiver. I think I like Debo.
Yeah, we already have Mike Williams, so I think that would have been a mistake to go Mike Williams.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
We already
for
have
sure.
Eckler. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely do that.
Double peak that, you know. I wonder why, like on the app, like once you fill out the QB position, that it turns off QB, right? But on the site, it doesn't do that.
I've noticed that in the app. I don't draft much on my phone, but I did notice that.
Like we can only draft wide receivers, so I feel like
Right.
I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, dude,
we have
I don't even
to
mind
bring
it.
in a piece here.
We have like no correlation, right? Besides, oh wait, we have to go Gabe Davis, right?
We have to go Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
We have to. The game stack.
Debo and McCaffrey. Oh no. Oops.
Mistakes were made. The warm up again.
Shit like that all the time,
$5.
Yeah. That's why
We had
did
two of them. We had two of them queued up, and we dodged one, but fall into the other. Max Payne. Streets are saying sprained
Jesus,
ankle,
man. That was
possibly
brutal.
high
Why'd we
ankle
do
sprain.
that?
Yeah, chasing last week's points is exactly what you don't want to do.
Yeah. And I don't like Ayuk, but I don't think the volume's gonna be there to just for him to smash like consistently. Like, he's gonna smash at times, but I don't think it's worth the wide receiver 6 position. I think like all three of the Niners pass catchers are just gonna have like wild roller coaster of scores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
CMC did get there together last week, but I don't know. That's pretty threatening,
Kittle week.
Yeah, like it could be any of their weeks. Yeah, I'll definitely.
I agree with that. They're all spike week guys too. That's the craziest part. They're all spike week players.
Yep.
This guy needs a tight end. All right, so we get Gabe Davis at least. Needed it for this to make any sense. This
Honestly,
is this is unlikely. This is definitely unlikely, but I'll mark this one. This one's definitely getting its money back. Guaranteed.
Yeah, this is like a min cash lineup.
100% min cash. But you would need just a ridiculous run out for McCaffrey and Debo.
Yeah, I mean it literally worked last week if you just swapped Debo and Ayuk, but it seems a little unlikely. I mean, the scores were just super low in general, and did they score the most points?
They may have. Yeah, Dallas put up big points too, but it was 2 defensive touchdowns.
40. Yeah, that wasn't all the Slate.
King of Kings is in here with us. Let's go.
Founder?
Yes, sir. YouTube membership, my man. A true spoon.
How's Founders League going? You want to know?
Yes, we are
Nice.
1-0. We are 1-0. We have to. We have to be. Let me
I had a
triple
rough
check this.
redraft. I had a rough redraft week.
Dobbins, a lot of
1-3.
Dobbins or what?
I'm in 4 leagues. I had 3 Kelsey or 3 Andrews, 1 Kelsey. So that doesn't help. 2 of them I have Cup. I lost 2 of them really close. I could have went 3-1 with a couple points each way. I went 1-3.
Mm-hmm. I think I went
Big
2
waiver
3.
wire week too. Huge waiver wire week.
Enormous for week 1. Enormous.
Gainwell, Kyron Williams, Josh Kelly, Puka, whatever Baltimore running back you like. You like Ridley? You want to go Ridley or Chase? I guess if you're trying to smooth out your exposures, you probably just want to take Chase. But
yeah, let's go Chase here. We'll go back to the well. I'm surprised that he's still really going at 3.
I think he'll flip Amon-Ra. Oh, you think he'll go down?
I think he's going the other way. I think he's going the other way.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because of last week?
Yes. I've seen him go at 6. I've seen him go at 5.
I would be, if he goes that late, I will literally have like 50% Chase. I'm not worried whatsoever. I still think he's.
Yeah, it's a huge overreaction. It's a huge overreaction. This game is a great game to game stack. I just really think you're going to need Chase, Ridley, CMC over Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I don't think Amon-Ra is like quite the BR type of guy. He's like a season long where he gets you like, 15 to 20 points like so consistently. But I don't know, he seems like a 30+ point game coming back.
Right.
We got Carter in here at the 3 spot too. Saw him in the chat.
Nice. Carter, welcome to the live stream. He goes with our advice with Ridley at 3. Or maybe his own advice. Maybe his own hot take. Run the clock here. Pick 11. Get Barkley.
I'm down for Saquon just for the uniqueness.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be too different.
I like Pollard over him in a vacuum, but the Chase Pollard combo is going to be pretty common, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be more common than Chase Barkley, but here I just feel like I'm going Eckler every single time.
Yeah,
if Tony Pollard's gone.
Where did we find Chad's sheet? I just had week 1 bookmarked. I don't remember. It was in the. You ever use his sheet?
Send it over. Fantasy Dysfunctional says he gets to the second round sometimes. Got home twice there already. Chase. Yeah. He's falling, man.
Crazy,
he's falling.
Man.
Hart, first battle royale in the week. I got Chase at 4. Ridley, Josh Allen. I think it's because of the 3 interceptions after the Jets game. Just beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Just the fact that you can get Josh Allen where he's going. I think that's a pretty damn big advantage against Las Vegas too. So this is chalky, but I still think this could be optimal. The fact that he got it with Ridley too. Chase, Ridley, Josh Allen. So no
That's
digs.
crazy. I love it.
Yeah, still really, really good. Paired up Jacobs with Gabe. Perfect.
All right, I found those sheets. He's got some cool stuff, man. You should check out Chad's sheets. I think it's very helpful.
Yeah, I have dug into him. Really smart dude.
Yeah, he's an Excel wizard.
We have Jesus
he's got the one
in the
cool
live
one
stream.
where you can here. So like, what do we have? Let's look at the Chase. He only has Chase being stacked 10% with Burrow, which, you got to think of it as like, if you're drafting Chase is he's going for 30 or your lineup's dead, right? So
you need a draft Burrow.
You need Burrow,
basically.
I mean, at what point is that efficient? I mean, there's got to be a low volume of drafts in this so far, but.
So I think the reason why you need to draft Burrow in this scenario is because he's going undrafted.
Right. Yeah.
In scenarios where he's not We can't go CD because we have Pollard. We ended up getting Polly.
You don't want to do that again?
Fuck. We can definitely do this bring back
I'm
in
joking.
the Cincy game.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. But
And then
in
I think we just
in
go
this
Burrow
environment
next.
where he's outside the top 6, the talent's still there. Like the spike week potential is still there. Like nothing changes with that
I
after
don't
one
think
bad
any
game.
differently of the Bengals. They're not going to just faceplant this year. They might even come back even better because they did that last week.
Right.
Give them some bad film on themselves.
Let's get the Jesus Christ comment. Jesus in the building says, "Hey guys, love the work. I was just wondering who's winning in a trade between Drake London and a sack of dog shit. For added context, they scored the same amount of points week 1. Yeah, London did get 1 target though.
Yeah,
So the sack of dog shit.
That's good for a points per target league.
Everyone has their QB except for this guy. This guy doesn't have his QB. Not that I think he's going to snipe him.
You can just click a receiver if you like him, but
yeah, I don't have
think
one.
At this point, the ADP is like almost just out the window. I'd rather just get your bag.
Like this could be. I feel like any lineup could be a Gabe Davis lineup, Mike Williams, Tyler Lockett, even in the. Again, these are high scoring.
Drafted every time. Like I get that's an ugly situation, but
yes.
Oh, I guess he's not going undrafted every time, but
yes, he should.
Yeah. I mean, he's not out last year with a bunch of scrubs thrown to him, and now he's
against Dallas. He should be. Yeah.
Oh, true. It is
against
Dallas. Yeah.
The O line just it's not going to look better against Dallas.
Dallas might be one of the worst team matchups for like a not good team. They just steamroll people. I actually think I'll definitely be playing some
we're way
Zay
down
Jones.
Here. We're way down. Darnell Mooney, not going drafted. 7 targets for Mooney, like 50-something yards, 4 or 5 catches and a touchdown. Yeah, he had a great game. I mean, for what the game was, at least. This could easily be a Mike Evans.
Any week could be a Mike Evans week.
Yeah. Definitely was the favorite. Target, 10 targets, 6 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I like Evans.
But do we like Evans better than Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis? Like Gabe Davis probably last on my list there.
Yeah, I think Gabe Davis would be last on my list too. I like Zay Jones a lot, actually.
Let's go.
Click Zay.
Let's go. Leverage the field. Leverage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're getting dirty. We're getting dirty.
How often is Zay Jones being drafted? Zay Jones has not been drafted in Jets data.
Well, let's see. I've drafted him 3 times now.
So yeah, I'm gonna be overweight on him for sure.
Just because of where you're drafting Ridley. So like if you're not drafting Ridley in the first round, you pair that with the optimal first round pick and you get Zay Jones on the back end to be, he would probably need what? 17 points, 18 points.
Yeah, I think that's like what he did last week, right? Very little.
It was close. 14. He would need a better week than last week. But again, against KC.
The Chiefs are going to push him.
Yeah.
That game could be, I don't know, that's definitely the favorite game. I mean, it does have the highest over-under, but that game could explode.
Pick 6 might be my favorite. Pick 5 and pick 6, just based on where you can get Ridley. It's probably pick 5.
Yeah, the Jags have like by far the highest underdog team total. Like they're projected 24. The next best underdog is Baltimore at 21.5.
Mm-hmm.
They're like Jacksonville's projected more points than some of the favorites. Same amount. They're projected the same amount as the Chargers. Both at 24.
Right, Chargers are favorites
Yeah,
against Tennessee. Yeah,
they're only 3-point favorites against Tennessee.
and that one was questionable. 3-point favorites, and then the total was actually higher than I was expecting.
Yeah, 45. It's one of the 6 that I'll actually be playing people from.
Give us Diggs. Give us
Double
Diggs.
tap.
I mean, this could just be the Mahomes Kelsey lineup too, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I definitely want some of those premium stacks.
If we knew Kelsey was, oh my God, we get Diggs.
Either of them. Which you want to go with one of the premiums? Pick.
I would rather
You
go
want to go
Kelsey.
Diggs?
I'd rather go Kelsey. I know it's
Push
gonna
Josh.
It's going to be more common. Push Josh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
I almost got this earlier. One pick before they went Josh Allen on me.
Chad's got it must be a small sample, but he's got Josh with 30% Diggs, 20% Gabe, and 10% Kincaid. He's 40% naked Josh. That's good.
Yeah, but that was optimal a lot last year. Surprisingly, like
true, 'cause he just
Josh
runs
Allen
around.
spreads. Yeah, he spreads the ball and he runs the ball a decent amount.
Dude, there might be an edge to taking Mahomes and actually stacking him, because I literally think it's like casuals taking him in the first round and never stacking him. Chad has Mahomes only being stacked 20% of the time so far. 10%
I know,
Sky Moore,
but
10% Kelsey.
it has to be with Kelsey, in my opinion. Like even last year, was there a single week where another pass catcher besides Kelsey hit the optimal?
Probably not.
I don't
I know
so.
CH got, and McKinnon both got there a few times.
McKinnon. Good one.
CH did earlier in the year,
Good one.
like the first 5 weeks. Didn't you come out of week 5 at like RB3 or something last year?
He had a couple 20-point weeks early on before he just got completely kicked out of the game script.
It's like painful to watch him run the ball.
This is probably where I'm bringing in Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he's gross, but at this price, I guess.
And then maybe DK. This could be maybe a Geno, and then we go like Gibbs or something.
I think I like
or
Gibbs.
Or we can go Justin Herbert, bring it back with a late Mike Williams, who's not going drafted, and now we have our bring back with Derrick Henry.
I like that. Let's do that. Did Keenan already go? He must have, yeah.
Keenan just went a few picks before us.
Okay. And we're going to be hurting if we get sniped on that, but...
Right? Maybe not. Where does Allen go?
Yeah, he went.
Dude, he went pick 5.
I think I took Eckler, too. Oh, dude, we sniped him on Herbert. Yes.
Oh, man. If he's definitely searching. He's definitely searching our name right now. That's fine.
Oh no. Hopefully he wants to play nice and doesn't just snipe us on Mike Williams and say, have fun with no stack.
100%. I'm going Zay Jones if he does that.
Kirk and Zay Jones.
100. Not even. He can have Kirk. We're going to go Ingram and Zay Jones.
We'll hurt him even worse by leaving in Kirk.
Oh my god. It's too much. Fuck. How vengeful can he be? At $5, does he feel like burning it? Maybe. We likely already burned it for him. But
yeah.
We didn't see that.
Yeah.
We didn't see that. To be honest, he probably...
So Chad has like this data on how often QBs are stacked. He has Mahomes at 20% stacked, like
with Kelsey too,
and anybody.
So that seems low because you can get Kelsey and Mahomes at 6-7. So maybe I do have to start doing that more.
I literally think there might be a case of like casuals just snap picking Mahomes in round one and then just never stacking him. And there
Oh
might be
shit.
you might be just battling against like just such bad Mahomes teams if you just take a bunch of Mahomes and he's the guy you need. Like you're fighting against just poorly built teams.
So we get Mike Williams.
Yep.
I'm
We
not double
didn't. I
stacking
like
tight
another.
ends.
I like
Can we
Ken
go
Walker. I like Ken Walker. I like Joe Mixon a lot actually. Joe Mixon should not be going that low.
really?
Yeah, we've seen what he can do. I don't really like him in general, but I'm not a Joe Mixon fan, but I like him in these contests for sure. The little leverage and the upside. I mean, down for Walker. I was just talking about Mixon. Uh, Walker's definitely a good play. Let's see, what did Mixon? Yeah, I mean, the Mixon's still dominating all the usage. Am I frozen?
Oh fuck. Yo! Oh my god. We had a disconnect. We get Kenneth Walker. Oh my god. I queued him up, luckily. We're back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
I don't know what happened, but we queued up K Walker. We did end up getting Kenneth.
Oh. Yeah, I couldn't tell if I was
Just
frozen or you were frozen or what was going on there, so I just left.
just I'm not sure if it was StreamYard or my internet, but I don't think it was the internet. I'm directly connected. That dude is fuming. Who did he end up go?
Yeah, wait.
Bruh.
Oh,
He doesn't pull in a single Jag piece. Like, again, just donating.
I love the rake. The rake is paid in these. Like, if you're drafting any sensible lineups, I'm pretty sure you bust EV. You might not realize your EV because these are so relatively top heavy, but I think you're getting your money in pretty good if you're just like following the basic stuff that we're talking about.
This was a fun one still. This was a fun one.
This is probably my favorite one.
Backstacking Mike Williams with the Henry. We get a piece of that KC Jags game. We get a piece of the Seattle-Detroit game, which is another high-scoring game on the slate, and probably the best piece in the Buffalo-Vegas game.
Oh, for sure.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, Diggs looked good last night. I mean, Josh just peppers him.
All right, we're jumping into the $10 waiting on one. We have officially warmed up. And I think I'm running out of lineups here. Completed. That's not the real numbers. There they are. Okay, 14. So I have 11 left there. I'm going to save them most likely for the end, right before it fills, just because that's where like people start drafting like maniacs. So like, oh, I haven't got this stack before. Like, oh, this will be unique.
Yeah.
And they do a way overreach, and then you end up getting crazy ADP values at the end of these battle royales. Go out there and test it yourself. It's insane.
If we don't get anybody we like here, you wanna go with Mahomes Kelsey? I mean, dude, if that's really gonna be like 10% stacked, that's a massive play. Like that is way underowned.
I would think it would be like 30% for the 6 spot to be doing that, but even if Diggs comes back to us at 6, I'm going Mahomes Kelsey from now on.
You think? Oh, I was gonna. Yeah, I mean, if you want, I'm totally down for it. But I was thinking more if the top 5 that we like are gone. But I mean, where does Kelsey go if he's fully healthy here? Does he go like mixed in at the 2-3? Like he goes right after McCaffrey? Probably mixes around.
He should probably be pick 3 overall. If we knew he was going to play a whole game and like full amount of snaps.
Yeah, I don't see them putting him out there limited. Honestly, I feel like if he plays, he's going to be a full go.
And they're 0-1, and they're playing the Jags. Like, they clearly need him. So that could be another...
Dude, they have a real chance of being 0-2. Like, the Jags are no joke. What's the spread on that one? Yeah, it's only KC -3.
Yeah, so this is an easy one. Like, I want probably 30% Kelsey, and then I probably want around 30% Ridley, to be honest. Who am I going to X out? Because it has to be one of these guys.
It has to be.
So,
Yeah, you have to sacrifice to get overexposed that early.
so from the one seed, I like CMC. After that,
Yeah,
it's up to you, whatever your favorite order is.
I love
Think
Amonra, but I'm probably fading him this week just because I like Chase and Ridley way more.
I probably have a Monra at 5, Ridley at 2, Jamar at 3, Diggs at 4. I think that's how I'd actually have it ranked.
Yeah, Heart in the chat's realizing that this is way more fun than DFS. Welcome to the club, buddy.
Let's go.
We got him.
Let's
Capitulated.
go.
Yeah, I tweeted out a
DFS
little. Yeah,
is
DFS
solved.
it's tough,
Boring.
dude. It's nearly solved. You got to have. There's such high table stakes for this. You could just come into these drafts with like basic. Like you could read my little 2-minute article I put out and get plus EV lineups in. You're not getting plus EV lineups in DFS if you're just like taking a shit and hand building.
Right, because no one's going off their own knowledge and stats, and they're not going
you're
off
playing
like
against like legit simulations that you just can't keep up with if you're just a human.
Right. You're against the computers. That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah. And I love drafting. Drafting is so fun. It just adds like a whole nother like kind of like think on your toes kind of element to it. And I don't know, makes it way more fun.
But if you are doing DFS and you are a casual, maybe in the DFS space, I recommend Al Smiz on YouTube, Smiz Gang Listener League, rake free, and I think it's a 3-entry max $10 tournament. Can't get better than that.
Solid. Yeah, I'll dabble on showdowns, but I pretty much will only play like the $5 single entry.
Oh things. My beautiful.
Holy, let's go.
Oh my beautiful.
Yep.
Man, I want to click CD Lamb here too.
Scared of Saucy?
I'm really not. If you think about how this game's going to go, don't you think Dallas is going to have the ball like 70% of the time?
Yeah, they should destroy them.
Like they should absolutely destroy them. If we think that's true, CD Lamb should get his. Like that's.
I'm definitely cool with CD. And we have no receiver, so we're going to be. Yeah, if we don't get CD here, we're going to be like.
I think there's a drop off.
We're going to feel a little bad at receiver. Yeah, there's definitely a drop off, and I mean some of those guys can smash, but I don't want like two scroll down receivers.
Right.
I think I like having like one scrollish down receiver.
Like how many points does CD actually score if that game was competitive the other night? If instead of being down 33, if they were only down like 17, like if you CD ends up with a huge game.
Touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Jet's a different animal, but I still think with Dallas's defense, I think you could see just Dallas with
what scroll down running backs are you into? I was trying to find some.
Pacheco, but not for this lineup. AJ Dillon, if we get the ruling that Aaron Jones isn't playing. Now he had a terrible game, 13 for 19. It was like Cam Akers-esque.
I like Joe Mixon. That's what I was saying. It's like as we froze, but it sounds terrible, dude. But James Conner, that's exactly what I was gonna say. He's totally viable.
Buddy, 19 touches. That's exactly what you want to see.
He had like 83% of the snaps. Yeah, scroll the F down. We got Johnny boys in the chat. Scroll the F down.
Johnny, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, I like
Pierce at 12 carries scares me for this. 11 carries.
Pierce really scares me. That usage was concerning for sure. I love the talent and stuff, but I mean Javonte's way down, man.
People like James Cook. I thought there was some overreactions on the Twitter machine to James Cook's like usage and just how he looked, and like if people are that high on him, I'd be selling him in my own home leagues.
Yeah. So, wait, we have a Jackson Brown
wide receiver. I think we can just We can go T Higgs too for a
Can we get a
comeback
little
game.
mini? Is there a little mini game stack we can try and get? I don't see
Not
anything.
between.
No. T Higgins. Okay, we need I mean, I like going to RBs.
It's just a comeback. Yeah, 2 RBs. We could go.
No, we just took T Higgins. I'm playing with Ken Walker again. I don't know what your exposure's out of him if you're trying to watch that, but I think he's a
Nah,
good play.
I'm fine with this game. I'm scared about Gibbs versus Montgomery still.
Yeah, Gibbs is yeah, people in the chat were saying Brees could have won Brees there. But again, it's the same thing as Gibbs. It's like you need him to run so hot on efficiency.
They're easing Brees back in still. Like, sure, he broke off a couple long runs, but like Brees ended up with like what, 11 carries, 10 carries. You saw him gassed. You saw him gassed at the end of that run too.
I mean, to be fair to him, Christian Benford ran a 4.3. He's the guy who chased him down. So,
yeah. And Dalvin Cook gets 16 touches again. I don't really feel like I want a Jets piece actually in this game against Dallas. I think it can get pretty ugly. Where are they going to be running the ball, and then are they going to be putting Brees even out there in a scenario where he can get hurt if the game isn't competitive? So kind of a couple worries for me there with that.
Yeah, I don't think they're just gonna start jamming Brees in more just because he's being efficient. They're gonna be careful with him, and I think you're gonna get pretty similar usage to last time, and you're gonna need another 85-yard run from Brees, so he's not getting there.
Where Kenneth Walker, you saw Sharps actually not get out there too much.
He was playing behind DJ Dallas.
Playing behind DJ Dallas, which I don't expect to last, but
no.
Kenneth Walker is still the alpha, and that's what you want to see. And again, we're targeting those high-scoring games on the slate, and that's definitely one of them.
What were you saying about James Cook? You're into him, or you're not?
I'm not. I saw a bunch of love for him on the Twitter machine. I think one was from Mason, and there was more than just that. I was just surprised because
I think I'll mix him in a few times. I mean, he's good leverage. Like 2 guys were drafted every single time. He's the clear lead back on one of the higher team total teams.
Pass catching running back though, so you're not. I don't know.
True.
I don't know if he gets in the end zone on a pass catching touchdown. Likely. I mean,
did we get any goal line usage from the Bills last night? Did we get any tip on their hand there?
In the red zone, they put in Damian Harris. He was out there for, I believe, all 3 snaps.
Really? He had less snaps than Latavius Murray, though, in general. So.
Yeah. So
Steven does not like Ken Walker. I don't know. I'm not that worried. Like Ken Walker's like such a home run hitter. Like if he gets stuffed at the line 10 times and then just breaks one, then you're fine. I don't mind Cook. I mean, I'm not Xing him. I'm not smashing him, but I'm definitely not Xing him out. He's definitely alive to score 2 touchdowns. I mean, you kind of just need like dude scoring 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I just think it was just like what we saw was basically the most Bills thing ever for running backs. It just like really didn't change my mind on their usage of running backs. And you saw Josh Allen rush the ball 6 times. He tried rushing the ball like another 2 times, but he was sacked behind the line of scrimmage. It's the same old Josh Allen, and damn, he's continuing to throw picks and all that. Better days are ahead. That's a great defense in New York. But even if Walker doesn't like this game's just going to be super high scoring, right? We expect both of these offenses to put up a ton of points. It could come down to just luck, where Geno, Lockett, Metcalf get him down the field, and Kenneth Walker punches it in. So
100%, yeah. You don't even need him to go crazy when you have the clear lead back and has the goal line roll and that stuff. You can just punch him.
Exactly.
90 yards.
But appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Make sure you're following Dooley on the Twitter machine before you get out of here. Links in the description. Smash the like if you haven't already. Drop a sub if you're new to the channel. Dooley, do you have any words for the people?
Yeah, like and subscribe. We'll be back next Tuesday. Everyone get your this mini VR is beautiful. Get your 25 in if you can. I think if you're watching the stream, you're probably a grinder, so you're probably doing that. But yeah, good luck to everyone. Excited for weekly winners again. That was fun. But
Yeah.
I actually saw because you were saying we need more threads. Somebody in the chat said a weekly winners like recap thread. That actually might be cool. Just kind of looking
Yeah.
through
Hell
like
yeah.
how like what would have been the best way to draft, right? Like McCaffrey went off, but Tyreek went even more off. So, I had my top
Right.
team was a McCaffrey team, but it had no chance of like actually mattering because it didn't have Tyreek. So
Right.
yeah, so maybe I'll try and look through some of that stuff, just kind of like snake my way through the draft and be like, who should you have taken here? Who should you have taken here? How did that guy build his line? So
And then
that's
Hill
good.
Eckler was, I believe, the optimal, right? But I don't think that
I'm
was
talking about weekly winners. But for the BRs,
weekly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could do a BR recap as well. That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll try and look into some of that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
I'll try and get the people their threads again because I have been
Yes. Let's go. Give the people what they want, Duels. Give the people what they want.
All right,
We
I'll
need
see what I can
threads.
do.
All right,
We'll
guys.
do a thread this week.
I love that. We'll have to probably just touch on weekly winners too at some point too. I think that'd be fun. See what's working. Maybe a couple weeks in.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Appreciate you all. Pounders.
Peace.